Okay. So if you are ready, we can begin with the mock.
Okay, sir. I'm
All right. So again, a very good morning, Arulselvan. So
good morning, sir.
how has been your morning till now?
I started my day getting my some revisions for the mock
All
interview,
right.
sir.
So
And it took okay, sir.
okay. So did you have your breakfast today?
I ate to have the breakfast.
Okay. Okay. So you are also into cooking. So I want to ask you that what is the
Yes.
healthiest breakfast in your experience till now?
Previously, I used to have idlis for my breakfast, sir. It is the one of the healthiest breakfast according to me. The mix of both pulses and the cereals like rice and the urud dal. It is one of the good healthiest breakfast. But now I started exploring more and some traditional breakfast dishes I started exploring, sir. Like the ragi completely from the ragi is the
Okay. Okay.
yes, sir. The ragi and jover. Jover, some breakfast can be done using that, and we are starting having those dishes in our home presently, sir.
Okay. So as a cook or as a as a someone who's interested in cooking, so what
Yes, sir.
makes a breakfast the first meal of the day healthier? What should be the constituent of the first meal of the day?
Um, because of the long gap between the previous day's dinner and the next day's breakfast, we should have reclaim our energy, our carbohydrate needs, and also because of the long day ahead of us, we need a good balanced energy source from different varieties like good source of protein, fat, and carbohydrate, also including some vegetables and fruits will be making our day more energetic, sir.
All right. So Arul Selvan, I can see from your dash that you haven't filled Tamil Nadu as your first choice cadre, despite Tamil Nadu being almost everywhere in your dash profile. So may
Yes,
I
sir.
know what is the reason behind that?
Yes, sir. It is due to the vacancies available in the Tamil Nadu for past 7 or 8 years. I'm in my OBC attempt, sir. I have exhausted my general attempt, and for past 8 years, there is no insider vacancy for OBC in Tamil Nadu state, sir. So I opted for the nearby state of Kerala, which is near to my home. Also, it has a good forest cover of more than 50%.
Okay. So okay, that's all right. So your interest also include learning about best practices and initiative, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me some of the best practices in forest management and wildlife conservation in India, right? At least tell me 3 to 4 practices.
Okay, sir. Recently, I came across an initiative which was very successful in containing the human-animal conflict in Valparai Hills, Nilagiri Hills of Tamil Nadu, sir. It is called as an elephant information system. It is done by an NGO of Nature Conservancy from Mysore, and in that particular initiative, they have a community-led initiative where they started installing some signals in each of the hamlets in that particular area. The tea gardens is the most main village habitats present there, sir. And people will be intimating the movement of elephant through app and through call centers. And whether in the particular region when an elephant goes, the command center will switch on the signal, and people will avoid that area for 1 or 2 hours. It has greatly reduced the human and elephant interaction. It has got the Whitley Award, one of the prestigious award for the environment, and in the 2019 years. And this is one of the good initiatives, sir. The other initiative is the controlling of the invasive species of Latana camera in the forest by using them in the making of furniture and as a fuel. They have started using that particularly during the pre-monsoon season, which has greatly helped in the controlling of the forest fire in that particular areas. It is one of the other initiative I come across. And the Sonitpur model of Assam has recently gained so much significance in controlling the human-animal conflict through educating and making awareness among the people how to respond for the when they encounter a particular animal, sir. These are some government initiative I came across recently, sir.
All right, all right. That is good, right? So, like you talked about the Sonitpur model, like they have tried to minimize man-animal conflict. So, like, can
Yes,
you
sir.
tell me something more about man-animal conflict? Like, what is like in the sense that what are the reason behind that? And second
Yes,
is
sir.
what are the animals generally involved in man-animal conflict?
Yes, sir. The two main reasons which led to human-animal conflict is
Like,
the
I'm sorry, really sorry to interrupt. I want a general answer, not related to Sonitpur alone. In general,
okay, sir.
countrywide, right?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. The main reasons of human-animal conflict is the animal movement of animal outside their range and into the human habitations. And the other thing is when people enter into forest for various needs, they like fuel collection or minor forest produce collection. When people enter into the forest area, they come across the animals. These are the main two issues. The causes why the animals come out of their natural habitat is due to the reduction in their food in the summer season, lean summer seasons, or due to the water scarcity, or the presence of the crops along the fringe of the forest to have a food source from that. And the people, when they come across the animals, the people are not able to mm, manage them efficiently because of lack of awareness how to interact with a particular animal. These are some of the issues. And the main animals which has an human-animal conflict in India is the elephant has a significant human-animal conflict, and other thing is leopard. The catching of livestock by the leopards is other concern, and the herbivores like herbivores like nilgai and up in Tamil Nadu, we have the issue of wild boar coming into the fields and destroying the crops. And also, but the peacock is a major concern in the southern states due to their increasing population and the presence outside the protected areas.
All right. So, okay, that's all for my side from my side for time being, right? So, thank you, Arulselvan. Over to
Thank you,
Satwik sir.
sir.
Good morning, Arul.
Good morning, sir.
Can you please adjust your camera? I am unable to see you.
Okay, sir. Is this okay, sir?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You can you please tell us the full form of NSS?
National Service Scheme, sir.
What is the motto of NSS?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect.
Okay. Uh, do you know there is a song dedicated for NSS?
Yes, sir. I have I have known the song and both the motto, sir. But I'm not able to recollect at the present moment, sir.
Try to recollect because you must have heard this song or sang this song multiple times.
Sir, in my college, the song was not sang regularly, sir. I came across only through my learning outside from my activities in the unit, sir.
Okay. So when did this scheme came into being? This NSS.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the fact, sir.
Okay. Which ministry takes care of this scheme?
Sorry, sir, I don't know, sir.
How do you get to know about these best practices?
I started exploring through a particular activity. Like in my college days, I started exploring for my activities for Green Brigade Club, and as a my secretary, I started exploring for some good initiatives to replicate in my college, sir. And over a period of time, I started looking into newspaper articles if some good initiatives are coming. And now presently, some websites are listing the article, the good initiatives regularly, sir, like the Better India and the Logical Indian, some of the websites which list the good practices updating daily, sir. And also regarding the environment and the forest, the government websites too, they are updating the best practices. Like the Forest Survey, the Indira Gandhi Forest Academy, National Forest Academy has a club called Niche, which lists the good initiatives by forest service officers around the country, sir.
Have you ever cross-examined all these best practices?
I used to refer multiple practices, sir, multiple sources for a particular best practices to gain a good knowledge
No,
about that.
that is not what I meant. Have you ever tried to talk to that person whose story is there? Have you talked to the people that whether it is really a best story or it's just a gimmick?
I have
Or you-
interacted yes, sir. I have interacted once or twice in my district. Some good initiative has happened in my district, sir. But overall, these initiatives I have only learned about that. I have not inquired about the particular individuals who are involved in that particular thing, sir.
So, what
But
did you learn when you went for interaction with people? Which best practice was that?
yes, sir. In my district, the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is there, sir, and there they have started involving people in the conservation through JFM, Joint Forest Management, also through forming the self-help groups in the particular regions, sir. Particularly women, tribal people, tribal women who enter into the forest for fuel collection. They started providing good information about the movement of the people inside the forest, other than the people who are present in the forest, who are present inside the forest. Any strangers or anyone who are new to the forest, they will be intimating that, and which greatly given the forest department officials to know about the presence of outsiders in the forest, sir.
Okay. Uh, could you please tell us some NTFPs of your area?
Yes, sir. The bamboo is one of the important NTFP in the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, sir. Satyamangalam Forest Reserve. And other than that, they are collecting honey, and they are collecting the wild berries, the wild amla. They are collecting inside the forest, sir. And sorry, sir. Other than that, I'm not able to recollect, sir.
Do you remember when FRA was launched?
The act was came in the 2006, sir, in the year 2006, sir.
So, what is the current update on that particular act? What is the current update?
Yes, sir. They started giving the rights through in the mentioned in the FRA all over the country, sir. But the implementation was slow in many states. In Tamil Nadu too, there is an issue of very less rights were given to the tribal and other forest dwellers, sir. Recently the Supreme Court has mandated the state governments to evacuate the people from the inside the protected areas, protected areas which came into an conflict between the FRA, sir, with the FRA, sir.
How many wildlife sanctuaries are there in Tamil Nadu?
So it's around 10 centuries, sir. I'm not sure of the exact number, sir.
No, that's your state.
Yes, sir. I have gone through, but I'm not recollecting the exact numbers.
Are there any bird sanctuaries?
Yes, sir. Bird sanctuaries also, more than 10 bird sanctuaries is present in Tamil Nadu, sir. One Veloda bird sanctuary is present in my district, sir.
Are there any conservation reserves?
Two conservation reserves are present in Tamil Nadu, sir. One is Tirupadaituru and other is in Tirunelveli district, sir.
The second one is?
Tirunelveli district, sir.
The Tirupadu is in Tirunelveli.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I thought of as a two conservation reserves, sir.
No, there are two, but
Okay,
in Tirunelveli is Tirupadu.
Okay,
In
sir.
Kanyakumari is the another one. Can you name it?
Sir. Sorry, sir. I am not able to recollect.
Okay. So my last question to you: how many national parks are there?
I'm not sure of the exact number, sir. It's around 100, sir.
In Tamil Nadu?
In Tamil Nadu, it's 5, sir. 5 national parks are in Tamil Nadu.
Can you name three of them?
Yes, sir. I can name those. Ginter National Park, it is opposite my college, and Mudumalai National Park, Mukkurthi National Park, and the other two are Gulf of Mannar Marai National Park and Animal National Park.
Sorry, what was the first one?
Ginti National Park, sir.
Indi.
Ginti National Park in Chennai. This is one of the smallest national parks in the country, sir.
Gwindi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gwindi. Acha, okay. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Like Rishabh sir can take over from here, or uh,
Hi, good morning, Arulselvan.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
So, you have been a college mess representative. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so there might be people or students from different different parts of the country. So, how you used
Yes,
to
sir.
decide the menu?
Yes, sir. We had two mess, sir. One for the people who opt in for the general menu, which is mostly consist of the cuisine of the local cuisine, sir, and the other mess which had an mix of menus from the different parts of the country, sir. In that mess, I'm in charge of the one which has the local cuisine, sir. But in the other mess, they used to have an mix, like each day they used to have an menu or different menu, sir. One day the local menu will be there. One day the menu which consists of North Indian thali will be there, sir. And the other day, some students were also from the outside the country. People are studying there, sir. Like through the non-resident Indian quota, there was some students came from the outside the country. So catering to them, the menu was mixed up, sir.
Okay, good. You were also related with this senior junior interaction. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what kind of problems you used to solve in these interactions?
Yes, sir. Earlier, the senior junior interaction was informal through the mainly through the interaction in the hostel or in the academic side, sir. During my the first and second year of my college, the the laws relating to ragging were implemented in the college. So they have eliminated the interaction between seniors and juniors, like the first year and the remaining seniors, uh, through different ID tags and through different mess and hostels. They have eliminated the interaction in the informal ways. Only through formal channels like the extracurricular activities, club activities, and experience the juniors which can from get from the seniors was limited, very much limited, sir. And it can be seen in our seniors, and we were not able to get the exposure regarding the extracurriculars or exposure regarding the academics pursuing the higher studies. We are not able to get a good experience of it. So we thought of making a formal arrangement so that we can make the interaction possible. So we started a weekly interaction session with the seniors and juniors. Like from the fourth each year, the roll numbers, last four digit of the roll numbers will be the same for every person, except the first four digit, the last four digits. We started grouping the particular seniors of the 4 years. And weekly we have some cultural event, some academic event we started implementing, which made the interaction more, and the seniors and juniors got more accommodative with each other, sir.
Okay, Arul. So, who do you think should win the French Open this time?
In the men's singles, three possible favorites are there, sir. Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Carlos Alcaraz. And in the women's single, a single favorite of Iga Swiatek was the considered as favorite, sir.
Okay, good, good, Arul. So, are you aware this forest subject? It was moved from state list to concurrent list through 42nd Amendment in 1976. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so why this was moved from state to concurrent, and also has it benefited after that?
Yes, sir. The After the United Nations Conference on Human Environment in 1972, the conservation of the environment and forest has gained significance in the international arena. And in India too, it was reflected through moving the forest to concurrent list to have a greater scope in the national level agenda and greater collaboration among the states to implement the particular forest and environmental conservation, sir. And after that, we implemented many centrally sponsored schemes and centrally the policies of the forest were able to give a whole picture and guidelines to the state forest to function effectively, sir. Effectively to overcome the challenge of environmental and forest conservation, sir.
Okay, my last question to you. So you are right now in Erode district. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And who is the district magistrate of your district right now?
Sorry, sir. I'm not aware of the person, sir.
And who is the DFO?
Is Mr. S. Gautam, sir.
Okay, good, Arul. That's all from my side. Now over to you, Adwait sir or Abhishek.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So good morning, Arul. How's your day going?
It's going good, sir.
Okay, so you have mentioned you love to know about best practices and initiatives.
Yes, sir.
So is there any particular area of interest when you look into best practices, or it's general?
I used to have a general area of interest, sir. I used to compile the interest from every field, sir. But particularly regarding environment, most of my initiatives will be from the environment, sir, which I look into that.
Okay, so till now you have compiled all the best practices, or you have applied also in your life?
During my college days, I have applied certain best practices, which directly from the practice I learned, also from inspiring from certain practice I have applied, sir. For example, during my during as a mess representative, the food wastage was one of the main cause of concern there, sir. Each session, we used to have two large buckets of food will be wasting. So we thought of implementing something which will reduce that. And so we have allocated a small bucket to each blocks in each hostel blocks. And the at the end of the day, the block which waste less food had a point linked to the yearly hostel cycle. Like the hostel day function, we have to have a prize for each block regarding who scored the most point through extracurricular sports activities, other things. We also integrated the points to the reduction of food wastage in the hostel day price, so which make it as a competitive with the people to not waste their food on the student side. On the other side, in the mess side, we three people used to serve food to the people, but they provide in random order, sir. But we started for half an hour of each person, and the people started to getting the know the persons who they serve, and they started serving according to the person's wish and person's need, which also reduced the food wasted at the end, sir.
So this problem is also prevalent in the urban areas, right? Food wastage, like outside the wedding or in restaurants especially. So if you
Yes,
want
sir.
to apply it on a large scale at a city level,
Yes, sir.
so how will you proceed?
Yes, sir. I have come across a practice which made the wastage in the particular weddings or large events somewhat reduced, sir. They collaborated with local the NGOs or the local civil society who are involved in the providing food to the street dwellers and the people and the some orphanages. They have combined with them, and they have intimated them about the particular event and the particular day, and if the wastage is there, they will be supplying. But the particular initiative was struggled because the events which happen at the end of the day, in the night functions, the happening around 7 to 10 o'clock in the evening. The wasted food cannot be given to the particular people because it will be very late to engage them. So the initiative was somewhat success, but it faced a major challenge of this, sir.
Okay. And you are from Erode.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about a product which is famous in Erode, a very famous product from Erode.
Yes, sir. The two things got geography indication in Erode, sir. One is the Bhavani handloom Jamkalam, and other thing is the turmeric crop, sir. And Erode is the called as the turmeric market of India because of the large produce happening in the district, sir.
Okay. See, you are being like in Tamil Nadu most of the time, right? And you're also very much aware about the activities that goes on in the campus. So I would like to know, like, what's the reason behind the consistent opposition Tamil Nadu has been as far as NEET is concerned?
Yes, sir. The issue of NEET has gained traction in Tamil Nadu due to the absence of entrance exams, other entrance exams in the state, sir. After the completion of higher studies, mainly for both engineering courses and also for medical courses, there is no entrance. Only the sheets got filled through the marks scored in the higher secondary, sir. And when the entrance of NEET came, the people are so averse to that because of the not familiar with the entrance exams, and which got politicized to because of death of a 12th standard girl in a couple of years back, sir. And so this one of the issue, and the people who raise the issue is the rural students and the students who are learning in the government schools are not able to avail the coaching for the coaching institutes, coaching for the NEET examination, NEET entrance examination, and so they are not able to get into the medical college. This is one of the major concerns raised by the state, sir.
But see, for like engineering exams, there's already been entrance exams, right, in the state. Like for whether earlier there was AIEEE and right now also JEE based system is there. So for engineering, it is acceptable, but why particular opposition with respect to NEET only, the medical side?
Yes, sir. I will explain, sir. Right to explain, sir. In the engineering side, only few colleges are there. The central institutions are there in the states, sir. Like IIT Madras and NIT Tiruchirappalli are the institutions which need the entrance examination, sir. Other state affiliated colleges that doesn't need an entrance examination to get into that, sir. And on the other hand, the number of colleges, engineering colleges, are more in number, sir. So the people can get into that without the entrance. Some state-run institutions, but in the medical institutions, every institution will be covered under the NEET examination, sir. So the people has to go into the entrance process to get into the exam, sir. So they are the people are rising, and the government is rising and concerned regarding this.
Is there any issue with respect to curriculum also when it comes to medical exams and their entrance exams?
Yes, sir. They are saying that state syllabus, state government syllabus curriculum is not matching with the CBSE curriculum. So the state learned people are at a disadvantage during the entrance exam. The government is raising this is also as a concern.
Okay, so have you heard of wood preservative techniques?
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain and mention some techniques?
The wood can be defected or decayed in multiple ways, sir, due to a microorganism or due to the wear and tear. If the wood preservatives is added, the quality of the wood can be increased, and it can be used for a long time, sir. The preservatives are both natural preservatives are added, or like chemical preservatives are added, sir. Some of the preservatives, oil preservation and organic preservatives are there, which can be added to make the wood more good in quality, sir.
Okay, so can you tell us about two main types of preservatives that are used? Like one you have already mentioned, oil-based. There's another
Yes,
one.
I'm not able to recollect the exact things.
Okay, it is a water-based preservative.
Okay. Yes, sir. I have worried about that, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
so can you tell me like the relative advantages and disadvantages of these two?
Yes, sir. The oil preservatives has a good function against the pests, sir, but it produces certain odor, and the color it gives used to give is not an good good in nature, sir. Regarding the water preservative, it is effective against many microorganisms, fungi, but it can be easily soluble or dissolved through when exposed through outer agents, sir. So it is not um, it permanent, not a permanent one compared to oil preservatives, sir.
And is there any issue with respect to size of the wood also, like when it comes to water-based preservations? Any changes in size?
Yes, sir. The preservative used to seep into the wood, and the wood size will be getting expanded. It is one of the concern in the wood preservatives, sir.
Okay.
Water
Now, see, you
preservatives.
have mentioned you follow tennis also. So why like India doesn't have any good singles champion till now?
Yes, sir. The tennis is one which need an good infrastructure for start of the training and practice from the engage, and the infrastructure is a major concern in India, sir. On the other hand, like most sports, the people, the children in India doesn't start at an young age. But in the other countries which are good in tennis, the people and the children used to start playing tennis from the age of 5 or 6. So they get into that mold and the techniques of the game. Also get into an physical fitness. So they are able to outcompete the persons who enter into tennis from India, sir. This the infrastructure and the training from the engage are the one of two main concerns for our countries.
And is it somewhat related to physical fitness of Indians also? Like why we couldn't produce a singles champion?
Yes, sir, the physical conditioning is the issue, sir. But we can improve the fitness, but the conditioning starts at an engage from the other countries, sir. But we start after 15 years or 20 years, we start playing, sir. So the conditioning is not up to the level of the other countries which play tennis, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Adil. Moving on to Abhishek, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Arul.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. You have done your graduation in computer science.
Yes, sir.
Right. You have one of the subject is computer architecture, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is the difference between first in, first out, and multiple in, multiple out?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect the exact difference, sir.
Okay, let me give you the hint. Recent communication technology 5G is based on multiple in, multiple out.
Okay, sir. The first in, first out is the it's like an queue. The people who stand first will get the connection or get the service first, sir. And in the multiple in and multiple out, the bandwidth or the available avenues will be more in number. So people can get the service in multiple numbers, sir. Not like in the traditional system where a single person can get the service, sir. I'm not able to give the exact definition, sir. But
Okay, you were right. Right. Okay, you talked about bandwidth. What is
yes,
this
sir.
bandwidth?
It is the frequency which can be used by a particular technology to communicate, sir. The bandwidth can be in the space. The bandwidth can be multiple bandwidths with a small frequency, or the large frequency with a single band we can use, sir.
Tell me the difference between bandwidth and the spectrum.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to tell the exact difference, sir.
Okay, leave it. You are from Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes, sir.
What is natural barriers? Tamil Nadu is prone to climate change, disaster. Can you tell me what is natural barriers?
The the presence of a physical feature which acts as a barrier, or presence of vegetation which acts as a barrier in the coastal regions, which can be called as a natural barrier, sir.
Name three.
The presence of mangroves in the coastal areas can act as a natural barrier for the coastal surge and the storm surge, sir. The presence of the vegetation like casuarina, eucalyptus along the agriculture field can act as a barrier for the wind, which can act as a shelter belt or windbreak, sir. And the other barrier is the fence, which can be used along the field, which can act as a barrier for the entering of the animals into the agriculture fields.
Tamil Nadu is also prone to climate change,
Yes,
right? There has been advocation from different experts that we should adopt nature-based solution. Have you heard about NBS, nature-based solution?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
We have to get the mitigation and adaptation strategies to counter a particular problem through the natural resources, like using the vegetation or trees or to act as a carbon sink, or to use as the renewable sources of the energy like solar and wind energy to counter the energy needs of our country. These are some of the natural-based solutions.
Okay, then tell me three technology-based solution to counter climate change, especially global warming.
Yes, sir. We can
just name the three, right?
Yes, sir. The usage of hydrogen fuel cell in the long run to minimize the carbon dioxide emissions for the consumption of energy, consumption of fuel, automobile fuel particularly. Then we can use the LED-based technologies to reduce the energy consumption in the electricity side. And other thing I'm not able to say, sir.
Okay. Have you heard about cirrus cloud theory?
Yes, sir. It is a
matter, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is a technique used in troposphere to reduce the global impact, the heating of the atmosphere, sir. Reduce the air temperatures.
Right. You are from Europe, right?
Yes, sir.
You have one of the subject as geology.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the types of soils and rocks found in Erode.
Yes, sir. The main soil type in Erode is the red soil, sir. Around 40 to 50% of the land is covered by red soil. And along the rivers of Bhavani, Kaveri, we have alluvial soils, alluvium is present there. And 40% of the state is district is covered by forest, so we have forest soil in that particular area, sir. Regarding the rocks, most of the rocks belongs to the Archean and Petrozoic age, which comprises of metamorphic rocks of gneiss, the migmatite, chondrolite, and charnockite series, sir. And some recent alluvium is present of Holocene. Alluvium of Holocene is present along the river banks, sir.
Okay. Okay. My last question to you:
Yes, sir.
Why you should be selected as IFS officer?
Yes, sir. I am passionate about the forest environmental conservation and the working for the biodiversity conservation, sir. It is one of my area of interest. On the other, my personal qualities, I have commitment and responsibility to take up work and complete it is in a good manner, sir. These are some of the traits which makes me to a good candidate for the Indian Forest Service.
That's all from my side. Your interview is over.
Okay,
Thank you,
Arulselvan,
sir.
like I'll end the interview by just one more question. You mentioned Charnokite, so can you tell me briefly what is Charnokite?
Uh, Charnokite is an metamorphic rock, sir. It has an very varied composition from the acidic to mafic. Earlier it is believed to be an igneous of origin, formed in the deep, formed. But if now it's believed that it is formed due to the metamorphic process happening in the deep-seated conditions, sir.
But
It is yes, sir.
yeah, you didn't tell me the composition, like just in a one line, what it is composed of.
Orthopyroxene is one of the main constituent in the
Very good,
charnel.
very good. Like it is hyperstein bearing granite, right? All right.
Yes, sir.
So my last question to you is that you are into just best practices and best initiative. So
Yes,
before
sir.
ending the mock, can you tell us just one, the best, like the best of the best practice or initiative you have come across all the sector till now?
Yes, sir. The new stove was designed by an IRS officer some 5 years and in this last decade, sir. It is presently used in large scale industries and large scale the companies are using the particular initiative stove. The stove technology which we presently use, it's one of the thing which has not evolved over a period of time, sir. We are cooking for stove which we are using. It produces the fire outside, so most of the energy is not utilized to cooking. It is getting wasted as an radiation. But the stove which was found presently, it is an noiseless, fireless stove which utilizes most of the energy. So by using the present stove, we can reduce greatly our cooking energy consumption. And they are presently the ONGC and the particular the group is collaborating to making it into an household appliance. It is one of the good initiative which can easily reduce our energy consumption.
So all right, Rishabh sir, want to ask something?
Arul, so your last question. Suppose you were a food item or a cuisine. What were you?
I will be a sweet, sir. Any sort of sweet, because people used to like and have it any occasion, and it is one of the most loved items. Sir. So I'll be become a sweet or some.
Okay, good, Arul. Now your interview is over. We will call you back.